Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Golden Sun. When last we left off, Isaac and Co have made their way through the Babby Lighthouse and are now here in the tunnel ruins that connect the Babby Lighthouse up to the Venus Lighthouse. It is a very linear dungeon, with only two possible paths, with the ability to only go through one of them at any one time. You make that decision in the Venus Lighthouse exit, with that statue that looks very much like the one you see in the Mercury Lighthouse. Without further ado, it is time for us to give chase to Sartoris and Minardi. We have to rescue Sheba. We also have to stop them from lighting the Venus Lighthouse, and I have a feeling that we might have some difficulty in doing both, considering the fact that, once again, we are giving chase rather than being there before they are. But hey, it wouldn't be tense if we were the ones there first, eh? Let's move on. We can't go left whatsoever here because we picked the centre path. We can't reveal anything, so down we go this way instead. There is a quite simple puzzle that is teaching us that if you have one of these full of water and you move it onto one of these pressure plates, it will move something. In this instance, a pillar will rise from the abyss that we can use to move on. Also, you can jump over this, which actually tells you that there is something special even when they are in the ground, which is going to be very important later. We're going to push this one onto here, but absolutely nothing will happen, because we need to actually get some water in there. A little bit of rain here, and then the puzzle is complete. Marvellous! Now we can move forward into the next area, and we get a branching path here. We definitely want to take that branching path because there's going to be some very nice loot in here. Time to go and see what that loot is, eh? If we use Reveal after this encounter with a Skull Warrior and a Will-O-Wisp, and they actually caught us by surprise. One attack there, and one attack here. That's really not that dangerous at all. Let's just get some melee attacks going here. No Aqua Sock this time. There is Drown, though. Did that work? No, it did not. But that enemy is indeed gone. And here is Dull, which had no effect on Mia. What a dull move indeed. Ha-ha! My wit is rapier sharp, and that sword is also rapier sharp, or sword sharp. We're going to use Reveal here to reveal that there is some loot. Very good loot, actually. The Asura's armor, which has some really nice abilities. We can have a look in a moment. It boosts attack and replenishes hit points, so we're going to most certainly give that over to Garrett, not Isaac. For Isaac it just boosts attack a little bit, but for Garrett it boosts attack and defense, but does dramatically lower agility, which is fine. We'll be giving the ninja garb over not to Ivan but to Mia, because Mia will be able to appreciate some of the benefits better. Ivan will only get agility, but Mia will actually gain a lot more agility. Go from 171 to 216, as opposed to 192 to 240, which admittedly is a dramatic increase, but we don't need it to be that high. And losing 4 defense is fine. We're just going to equip that there. Excellent. And we have now unequipped the magical cassock here. Can we give that over to... actually, it's just better than what you're currently using. So we'll just have you use that. Marvellous. What does this actually do? This replenishes hit points, and actually you replenishing synergy points is even better. So we want to have you go over here, with everyone else of course, just leave everyone else in the room while Ivan goes and solves everything. It's alright, I can do everything, because now I am ridiculously powerful. And then he died. The end. But no, everybody decided to come along to this puzzle here. This puzzle here is one that you can get stuck on if you don't think outside the box. Remember that I said that the pillar counts as a puddle when it's at your level? As in, when you go over to it and you jump over it, rather than it blocking your ability to walk. Here it currently counts as a puddle, but it won't until we actually fill it up. So we're just going to fill it up, and now it acts as a puddle. Never mind what I said before, an empty thing with no water cannot be a puddle. That's called a hole. But now we're going to use Frost, and we will make a pillar of ice, which we're going to use to jump over to the other area. Like so. A hop and a jump, and now we can move on. The game gives you no real hint apart from the fact that you can jump over the puddle. that you can do that. Alright, we now want to go this way. And I think we've pretty much done everything that we can here. There are no other items. And that is the way that we would be going to get from the left-hand passageway over to here. And into here is one more puzzle. We can't open this door yet until we solve the puzzle with these statues. The statue seems to speak to your soul, which is a hint that you need to read its mind. Not reveal, that was the wrong button. Never mind! Violet shines southeast of me. Southeast, eh? Which would mean that you are either in the middle or there. So Violet is southeast of you. Violet shines southeast of me. Okay, so Violet is most certainly here. Violet has to be there. So we're going to move Violet over there. The main reason being is that if both of them shine southeast, that means that these two have to be here and here respectively. So we're just going to push this down here and then see what Violet has to say. What do you have to say? Read your mind time! Red shines northwest of me. Well, that does make sense, but right now we need to figure out where these two are. So we'll just read your mind here. Red shines due west of me. Ah, due west, which means that red is here, because that's the only place that red can be where you would be able to have red west. So we know where you are as well. We actually know where all of them are now. We don't need to read the mind of the other one, but we will do just because it's an option to do so. You, therefore, have to be here. What's this? Kiko solving a puzzle very quickly? Well, I never. This one has to go into the other corner, directly opposite, so that it is west of blue and also directly northwest of purple, or violet as it actually is. There we go, and then we will read your mind. Yellow shines northeast of me. Northeast, which means that you are in that corner, which means that you are actually west of violet. There we go, we'll just push you there. And then we need to use move to get you over to the west a tiny bit. And we have to actually do that a different way. Maybe we have to move that there. There we go, so we can then do this. Much better. And have I solved the puzzle? There is only one way to find out, and that is to push this one more. Was that correct? Yes, indeed, it was. And now we move on from here and into here. Do you see that symbol? Do you see this random encounter with an ice gargoyle? Well, we see that most certainly, but we're going to defeat this ice gargoyle. Have at thee! And the ice gargoyle suffocated. You know, I really didn't expect that to happen, considering the word ice was in its name. But it was ice to see you, Gargoyle, but you need to chill. Haha! And with that out of the way, we're going to head here. Into the Venus Lighthouse, which has absolutely fantastic music. We're going to grab this, which is a synergy stone, to give us all the synergy we need. And then we can go this way, and then down here, to see this again. Also, you'll notice that there is a area that we've seen before. This one. We can actually use this here to move this so that we can finally get access to the exit of the Venus Lighthouse. And now we can ignore this completely, go and grab this again, because we want to get... never mind, we already had pretty much full synergy. I thought we could recover those 2 synergy points that we used. And now we are here in the Venus Lighthouse. A few things happen in the Venus Lighthouse, the main one being that Isaac regenerates his synergy really quickly. And there is quicksand, or rather just sand that moves you very quickly. I like to call it quicksand for that reason. Is there anything here? The answer is no. We might as well explore everything, and here is another wild griffin. We've already fought these enemies before. Remember when Farron said that, hey, everything was going to be really dangerous, or rather one of the people helping him did? That's not strictly true. We are really powerful. Running over that seems to be the only way that you can get over there safely. And there is one thing to note, that this lighthouse contains no djinn, because we have all the djinn that we need. Can we carry this over there? One way to find out. Yes, we can. Excellent. And now we can get over to here. We could also do it the other way as well. And why don't we do so? There we go. We'll just, actually, we'll leave that there for now and head this way. There are things here that we need to go and get. Like, for instance, we could go over that. There is a boulder beast here that we want to defeat. It's like the spiked soldier, only it's more difficult. Never mind, it has suffocated and is now dead. What is over here is the question. Over here is an area that most certainly reveals nothing in particular. Or does it? Nope, it reveals nothing. Sometimes, I imagine much like the Mercury Lighthouse, you'll be able to go through those areas of falling sand. But I think that one just is an area that when you fall down that massive amount of moving sand, you'll end up here. Here are 2 will-o-wisps and a recluse spider. We want to take care of the recluse spider first because I imagine the poison will be quite deadly, but the aqua sock is always deadly, and we have deadly poison of our own, but we didn't really need it. Alright, 47 damage, and you recover some hit points. They really don't deal that much damage whatsoever. What we need to do is, I think we need to start using our various synergy, because Isaac will be recovering synergy all the time now. And there is one critical hit, not bad. Cluster Bomb! Massive explosion. Unfortunately, this means that Isaac no longer has Ragnarok, but he does have something rather similar when he gains enough levels. I don't think he has it right now. I think Death Plunge. Death Plunge, ah yes, it actually is. It's very similar to Ragnarok. I will show that off if this enemy is still alive. And it is not, but that's okay. We're going to head back up now and see what we can find, because what we really need to find are a selection of items. Over here is, well, one more encounter. At least we can show off that move now. Here is Death Plunge. We're also going to have some attacks here, and why not a blue bolt there? Excellent! Lightning out of the blue! And it didn't deal that much damage. But Death Plunge does deal a lot of damage. 183 there. Not bad. One critical hit there takes care of the other recluse spider, and some more draining of synergy. Or hit points, rather. My mistake, I'm too used to moves draining synergy rather than hit points. There we go. Are you gone? The answer is, you will be. You are now gone. Excellent. We want to use this here to get to this area. But what is over here? The answer is, there's loot over here. This is the Thunder Crown. The Thunder Crown looks like a cursed item. It really does. It replenishes synergy points. I think we want this, but I don't think we want Isaac to use it. We could give this over to, say, Garrett, though. That seems like a good idea. Maybe. What does the Lucky Hat do again? The Lucky Hat, I think, does something very similar. Let's see. It boosts critical hits and restores synergy points. But we could give this to somebody else, couldn't we? We could give it to you. Well, what are you currently using? You're using the Glittering Tiara right now, which does very similar things, I think. It prevents delusion. Do you know what? I think recovering synergy points might actually be a better thing for you. So, we'll pass this over to you. There we go. You can have that, and we'll give this definitely not cursed crown over to Garrett here. There we go. Have that crown. And we'll just have you equip it now. There we go. Oh no! It's cursed! Never mind, it really doesn't bother us that it's cursed. We're going to now head up here. And there are even more areas, but I think one of these will allow us to go through. Here are 2 Skull Warriors and a Manticore King. There is definitely an item that we want to get in the Venus Lighthouse. An amazing weapon that I've probably completely missed, and I'm definitely going to have to backtrack to go and get. But that's okay, because there's pretty much unlimited synergy here with the Synergy Stone. And we just poisoned a skeleton. It does happen sometimes. And that is a very deadly poison. Very deadly indeed. We really don't need to focus on defeating that foe at all. We may drown the skeleton, though. Not only did we poison a skeleton, we also drowned a skeleton. There's a first time for everything, eh? More deadly poison! And we have bested yet another skeleton warrior. Level 27 for Ivan. Not bad. Is this the one that we can move through? It is the one that we can move through, which brings us to this area. Is there a puzzle here that we can solve? I think there is. We did not want to go this way, we wanted to go this way. We will find the point of no return eventually, and we don't want to go there if I don't have one particular item. Hello, Chimera Mage, you're the only one. Well, that's unfortunate for you. And now this goes off. It goes off a lot, that one. And that one also goes off a lot, just deals absolutely tons of damage. We want to go this way, I think. Ah, here is a puzzle. We can go and solve this puzzle. Let's go and solve it, shall we? The only way you can solve it is by finishing the circuit. There we go, it is complete. And now the door will open, revealing here. And that does something. It moves that over there, and thus moves where the, that massive amount of sand that's falling in the main area falls. Handy. So now we can actually go that way, but not the other way. That's alright though, I'm sure we'll figure stuff out as we go along. Down we go, and now we are here. And here is a Manticore King. Hello, how are you? Are you well? You won't be for much longer, I'm afraid. That didn't finish you off, but we'll be able to finish you off. There you go. Goodbye, Manticore King. We now can't go that way, but we can go this way. And here I do believe is, yep, here is the entrance. We can make that Synergy Stone reappear by just doing this. There we are. It's a very good way actually to grind a lot of experience if you need to. Just constantly going up here, fighting lots of battles, and then going to get that Synergy Stone, and then doing it all over again. There we go. And that has now disappeared once more. And the, yes, that is something that does happen when you do that, and that is that, that has reappeared over there. We sort of need to solve all of those puzzles all over again. And here is this area. In here is nothing. It just kind of reveals that there is loot for you to gain. Unfortunately, I forgot that that would happen. But it's okay, because we'll be able to defeat all these foes once more. This is the final dungeon after all. We might as well just go and defeat everything. Fiery Blast actually might be a really good thing to use, but we'll have it focused here instead. There we go. And one attack there, and one attack there. And I think some of these, yep, that's a lot of thunder. And it didn't really deal much damage. That will deal a bit of damage though. This will deal a lot of damage. There we go. Yep, that's good. That's good. And that's not bad. But one attack is not terrible. Also, 4 Synergy points restored every turn by Isaac. Not terrible. And that foe is gone. Fortunately, level 28 has been gained by Isaac. It's safe to say we are very powerful indeed, considering the fact that we defeated the optional boss, which is more difficult than the actual boss. So we go up here again, and we can't actually go that way at the moment because we have to go all the way around to solve that puzzle again. We can do that though just fine. And after all, any experience is good experience. Any experience, it's better than none. Wing Stroke there, we haven't seen that move for quite a while. And there is Twin Beaks. Also not a move that we've seen in a while, but it's okay because we're just going to defeat these griffins and move on. Goodbye, griffins! You really are not a challenge, but Mia is nearly unconscious. It's a good thing that Mia didn't go unconscious. We have a lot of ways to heal Mia though. Mia could just heal herself as well with Cure Well, and Cure Well again. Really probably should have used the Potent Cure, but hey, we can now use Wish Well, and everyone is as good as new. Time to solve all these puzzles all over again. There we go, we could just push this. Actually, we can't just push that because of the dotted line. Time to use Carry once more. Carry us to victory, Garrett! Or just over there. One or the other. Okay. Back to where we were, and we've done this before. Going down here brings us back to there, which is not where we need to be. We want to go up here instead and fight an Ice Gargoyle and a Fenrir. I don't think we've encountered a Fenrir before, but we're going to take care of it the same way we always take care of everything. With the Aqua Sock of Victory! And just some attacks. Double Fang, eh? That was a fair amount of damage, 100 points. And loads of Synergy points restored there. We just need to do some attacks, and I think this encounter, yep, that's one down, and the other one will be gone very soon. Another Double Fang, and that is even more damage, but that's okay because we can just finish this one off. Finish it! And it was finished. There we are, even more gold that we are not going to use. We have a lot of gold. we want to go down here? We did not. That was where the treasure was. So up we go. And as we recall, it is the third one that we need to go through. Hello, Will-O-Wisps and Singular Spider. How are you? You're all about to be hit by a lot of explosions, because explosions are pretty good here. Why don't we just use even more explosions? And a few attacks. Why not? Will that work? The answer is no. But this will probably work. That was a massive explosion. Not bad. One attack there, and an even bigger, well, smaller explosion. It does deal more damage, though. One of them is gone, and a second one is gone. And a few attacks here. We're not worried about them attacking us, really. We have a very strong party. A very strong party indeed. Goodbye, enemy 1. Goodbye, enemy number 2. More experience, more gold, more healing, more power. Lots of power. Time to move on. Here we are, back here once more, where we solve this jumping puzzle. This time without going the wrong way. There we go. And this way we go. Down. And being attacked by a thunder lizard. Do you remember that we fought thunder lizards back in Crossbone Isle? We need to remember that the thunder lizard deals a lot of nasty things. But fortunately, we should be able to take care of at least one of these enemies rather quickly. And no nasty attacks were had. Quite fortunate, really. Very fortunate. Okay, more attacks there, one attack there. Excellent. And one attack there. Ah, there's the Storm Blessing. And that's not a good thing to see, but fortunately it only affected Isaac, which is handy. Not that we needed to have Isaac doing anything right now, because the Thunder Lizard is gone. Level 28 for Garrett. Not bad. Down we go over to here again, and we'll solve this puzzle once more. Hello! It is a puzzle. The puzzle is gone. The puzzle goes, you have solved me. Now progress to the next area. Thanks, puzzle. We'll do this again. There we go. It's like that we didn't go out and reset all of the puzzles in the lighthouse. Just remember, folks, that's what will happen if you decide to go and get that Synergy Stone. All of the puzzles will reset. We want to do some healing, certainly. There we go. It's a little bit sad that we don't have the cure spells on Isaac right now, because then we'd have a better situation with healing, but with him able to regain all of his Synergy points in combat. For instance, against this singular foe here, that is very dead. Very dead indeed. Critical hit here, and it's gone in just 2 hits. Not too terrible. Okay, this time we're going to go this way, and not go outside and grab that Synergy Stone. This time we're going to do things properly, like this, and move on to the next area, after defeating another Skeleton Warrior and a Manticore King, with even more melee attacks, because why use all of our awesome abilities that we got from all those djinn, when we can just melee attack everything to death. One attack there, and a Bone Charge! We haven't seen one of those for quite a while, and it's as ineffective as it was the last time we saw it. And one nimble dodge there. Is this enemy gone? Yes, indeed it is. At least it's not the Skeleton Warrior that drowned this time round. It was something that actually has lungs. And when we come back, folks, we're going to go and solve even more puzzles as we move further into the Venus Lighthouse, the final dungeon of the game. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.